Alright, I have some examples of some right-wing shows trying to blame the teenage climate activist Greta for Russia invading Ukraine. This is absolutely insane.
Could it be that Greta Thunberg and Leonardo DiCaprio actually might be to blame for what Vladimir Putin is doing? That's a take you will not hear anywhere else.
There's a direct causal link between Greta Thunberg at the UN podium with the tears down her cheeks saying, "How dare you?" Between that and all the damage she's been doing throughout Europe and the world, pushing for climate fanaticism and Vladimir Putin's dominance and being able to invade Ukraine last week. A direct causal link.
Letting children like Greta Thunberg take up shelf space in your brain. Think about all the adults that took her opinion over the progress made in fracking or drilling or the necessity of coal in nearly every country. But no. How dare you? Remember that? How dare you? We all sat there. Oh, maybe she'll drop solar panels down into Kiev to save people. It's not going to happen.
See, what the fuck was that? Absolute insanity. And I thought this would be a good video to put together after the last video I made where I talk about how the USA has banned Russian oil and petroleum products and why that will be a bit difficult for the European Union to follow suit because they are so dependent on fossil fuels from Russia. And so it would seem that the people I just showed you would want you to believe that people calling for action on climate change somehow gave Putin more power, where the reality is pretty much the opposite of that. If there was more action on climate change, he wouldn't have as much power. If there weren't so many countries that were so dependent on fossil fuels and had to get them from Russia, you wouldn't have the situation you have now with some countries not being able to ban Russian oil or petroleum products or natural gas from Russia because they'll be shooting themselves in the foot. So then that obviously means with that power dynamic, Russia has the upper hand. And I'd quickly like to touch on how the European Union gets so much natural gas from Russia and how this is quite a frightening situation because remember how they were trying to move away from coal in power stations and then oil and gas companies came in with their solution of converting them to burning gas. And so to have your gas supply cut off could mean rolling blackouts for many European countries. I just want people to understand exactly what we're talking about because I might be a small platform, but at least I look into things. Unlike the people that seem to have huge platforms mainly aimed to misinform people. And speaking of which, let's hear more of what Charlie Kirk had to say.
One of the reasons why Vladimir Putin is able to do this in the first place, one of the reasons why he feels emboldened is because of a set of energy policies that Joe Biden put forward. Cheap oil is a deterrent from tyrannical third world dictators from invading other countries. Could it be?
See, what is he on about? He's like, okay, yeah, Greta told Biden to go green, and so Russia invaded Ukraine. Yep, alright. Yeah, that even explains Crimea back in 2014. Okay, Charlie. And what did he say the solution was? Cheap oil. That's going to deter countries invading other countries somehow. Where in reality, it seems like the nations that have the most oil and produce the most oil and petroleum products then use that power to then go invade other countries. What are the three top countries that produce oil? USA, Saudi Arabia, and Russia.